Hello, hello, hello. Lesson number one, new topic is data. Data. So this is like you've got information about the real world and you want to present it in a nice graph, or you want to really think about what exactly is going on here. So we have to read graphs, we have to answer questions about graphs. And this, people use statistics every day for work and just for everyday life. So today, lesson number one, some data types, some question types, and some tallying. Get straight into it. Primary versus secondary. Primary, you got it yourself. Basically, in statistics, this is all you need to know. Write down these words. You got it yourself. Secondary, someone else got it. That's it. Someone else got it. Scrolling down. See some examples. So, two types of data. They are going to be something and secondary. It's going to be primary. Primary source is collected or created firsthand. You did it. Firsthand. Photo, a letter. The other type, not primary, but secondary, is not collected firsthand. Someone else did it. And you're looking at it later. You're like, oh, good job. Thanks for doing that for me. Data can be collected through it's going to be survey. It's going to be survey. So you want to ask questions of people? That's one way to get some data. Be like, hey, Frank, what's going on? What's your opinion about the sports game? A survey poses a question, it's going to be, yep, got to ask a question. What is your opinion about the sports game? That the person conducting the survey is interested. But real survey questions is, what do you think about this? Do you think these are too high, too low? How does this make you feel? But there are different types of questions. You have to ask good questions. Answers might be divided into categories. So different categories. It's a long survey. And tracked using a something or other scoring system. We got two left. Using our media? No. Using a tally. Or scoring system. And then you should always be careful while researching information, especially data presented by the media. Now, you got to know which media to trust. That's the important thing. Some you can't, some you can't. Some media you can trust, some you can't. But even the ones you can trust, sometimes they'd make small errors. They do things a little bit dodgy. So even then, be on the lookout. And they got this graph here. Social media used daily by students, prospective students. So according to this survey, but we don't know when they collected or anything, or the times. I don't know what the yellow, the light blue, and the dark blue mean. We need a key. But most of them use Snapchat, 79 and 76, and YouTube, Instagram just below YouTube, and then boom, Facebook way lower. Twitter low. Oh, Pinterest also up there. Didn't know it was that high. Scrolling. Types of questions. Close-ended. You have a list of choices, like maths is my favorite subject. True or false. You cannot say, oh, I'm sort of on the fence. No. It's true or it's false. Or you say, what do you think of this? It's either option 1, option 2, option 3. End of story. Good things. You get definite and clear answers. Math is my favorite subject. Math is not my favorite subject. Bad things. Maybe someone's like on the fence about maths and you force them. You can force them into categories. So you get the misrepresents the truth. So what's actually going on? Maybe someone's on the fence, but this, this forces them into one side or the other. It forces definiteness where there should be none. It forces exactness where there should be vagueness. Open-ended. What is your favorite subject? And maybe they say, oh, it's English or maths. Or maybe they say, I like English and maths the same. What are some good things about this? You get an honest answer. You get you get the full detail. You find out exactly what they think. But bad things about this, it's hard to combine the data, hard to summarize. Because you get all these different answers and you got to put them all together in a graph. And every single person's telling you this long story about what time when they grew up. And this happened and then this happened. And that's why I think this and that's why I think this. But my mom says this. Oh my God, too much detail. Whereas yes, no answers. Very simple. And then you can make a nice pretty graph. There's way more to it than this. I just want to fly through it. 3, 2, 1. Get on to the questions. This is what I want to focus on today. Tables. We're making tables. So I've got this school canteen and it's sold all these drinks. Got some juice, lemonade, looks like some sort of sports drink, milk, water. It's got all these different things, but it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on. So what we do is we make a tally and we just go one at a time. And I'm just going to cross them off as I go. So we've got it on the left column, says the drink. And what the tally means is like this. Juice. That's orange juice. Apple juice. Whoa. Apple juice. Really? Lemonade, milk. No. That's a sports drink. I'm going to rename that. Sports drink. All right. Sports drink. And you just go through. Juice. And as you go, you're going to see what we have at the end. Takes time, right? Milk. By the end of this process, we are going to have a nice table that tells us what happened. How many, so when you get to 5, you put the cross through it, of each you had without having to look at a picture. That's water. Lemonade. Water. Milk. Juice. Sports drink. 2 sports drinks. Another 2 sports drinks. So that's the easy way to do it. 3 milks. But when you do this, you have to look for the ones you haven't filled out already. Juice. And everything's got to cross through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There should be, that's 28 drinks sold. So let's check that I got them all. How many orange juice? That's 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 5s, 10. 3, 5, 4. Plus them all up. 16, 19, 24, 28. Good, we got them all. So we'll have a total there. So now we have a nice table. And it tells us how many of each drink. And we don't have to count. Scrolling down. Children's shoe shop. Okay. I'm going to use that second method for this one. And To get you started, I'll just do one. So like what I'll do is size shoe 1, I just go through and I cross off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't go straight to the total just in case I missed one. And size 2, etc. Do that and then work out the total and then answer some questions. So have a go at these. When you unpause, going to be some answers. Pausing. Alrighty, so there's your table filled out, and I did my check that we had 28 scores to start off with, and I counted up 28 of those as well. So 8 a size 1, 10 a size 2, etc., etc. So now we answer some questions. Which shoe size was the most popular? Which one had the biggest number? Or the size 2, because there's 10 of them. Then, which shoe size was the least popular? From the data we have, clearly the least popular with only one was size 5. Largest shoe size, size 5. Smallest, size 1. How many more children had size 2 than size 4? So 2 to 4, size 2 is 10, size 4 was 3, so 10, take away the 3, 7. How many fewer children had size 5 than size 1? So size 1 had 8, size 5 had 1. 8 take away 1, 7. How many customers did they have? We calculated that. It was a total of 28 customers. That's how many shoes were sold. And then order them. Least popular. Size 5. Next one, size 4. Then size 3. But then jumping to size 1. And then the most, size 2. Now that's important, because when the shop places an order, it needs to know how many shoes to buy. And it's going to get a lot of size 2s and size 1s and size 3s. Not many 4s and 5s. 3, 2, 1, scrolling down. Now what we're going to do here is an activity rolling a die. And we've got our sheet here. And every time you roll the die, say you roll it, I'm just going to pause. Alrighty, so I'm going to simulate this. I'm going to simulate this activity by using the computer here. So what we have is our random number generator. So when I press it, it's going to tell me, it's going to do it digitally. So I press roll, first one, it is it's a 1. So it takes its time. It does a fully random 1. And I would write, as a tally, put a tally here, 1. Then I do again. Takes a bit of time, 4. And I'm just going to do this 12 times. 1, 2, this is number 3, is a 3. Got to keep track of how many times you've done it. Next one, I want you to do this. Oh, that was another one. So you have to keep it. You can see the time changes. 6. Because sometimes you get 2 in a row. 59, number 2. And we do this, and eventually you see a pattern. Well, you see, sometimes you can get some weird answers. Sometimes you can get a whole bunch of 4s. Doesn't have to be evenly spread out. Like we haven't got a single 5 yet. And we might not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 to go. Oh, still haven't got a 5. 2 to go. 3. Not many 4s either. Last one. And 4. We didn't get a single 5. So sometimes this will happen when you've got a small number of data points. They don't have to be perfectly spread out. Perfectly spread out would be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. But we got 4 3s and no 5s. All right. So what you then do is do the same thing but for 24 rolls and make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen? Will it be the same as the first set, or will it be different? So you write your prediction, then scroll down. So do the same thing for 24 and see, was your prediction correct? Was your prediction correct? All right. And then ask some more questions here to have a go at. What would happen if you did it for 48 rolls? And this is a really important one. But if you rolled the number 5 10 times, does this mean you'll get number 5 the same number of times next time? We'll talk about that in the classroom. So I want you to have a go at this activity, and we'll stop here. Bye.